Welcome everyone. Today we are going to start with our new series on organizational behavior. This subject in itself happens to be a very interesting subject. You must ask me why. For example, when you talk about an organization, बहुत questions आते हैं हमारे दिमाग में. Why is it that a particular individual is behaving in a particular way? Why is it if you observe one individual in a particular group, he is very effective. आप उसी individual को दूसरे group में डालेंगे and you will find that that individual is not that effective. Why is it so? Similarly, let's say for example, if you want to understand that why a particular individual is very effective in one organization, आप उसे दूसरी organization में डालेंगे and you will find that person is no longer effective. There are reasons why all of this happens, and for us to understand all of this, we need to understand what organizational behavior is all about. Now, see, as you know, we can very well see here, organizational behavior, it's basically made up of two words. One is organization, another one is behavior. What is organization? Organization is basically a group of people. When they all come together and they want to achieve a particular aim, we say it's an organization. What is behavior then? See, we are saying how someone acts, behaves, or conducts oneself. So, for example, if one of your friends tells you, your handwriting is not good, अब आप कैसे behave करेंगे, कैसे आप act करेंगे, towards this thing, towards this, what would be your reaction towards this statement made by your friend? That will basically be, you may say, your behavior. You can also say that behavior is something which you can observe. This is something which you can measure, and this is also something which you can very easily learn also. Now, what is organizational behavior then? See, we are basically trying to, club these two things and understand why a particular individual behaves in an organization in a particular way. Now, for example, if you would talk about the same thing, let's say the same feedback this time has not been given to you by a friend. You are working in an organization and your boss comes to you and tells you that your performance is not up to the mark. अब इस केस में आप कैसे बिहेव करेंगे, आप कैसे एक्ट करेंगे, कैसे आप एक्ट करेंगे, और maybe if there is another individual, how that individual will act. It's going to be different in both the cases. Why is there this difference? That is what we understand in what we call organizational behavior. So basically, अगर आप देखें तो organizational behavior में what is it that we are going to study? It is a field of study, yes, that is why we are here to study it. But then what is it that we study under that? There are, you can say, answers to few questions that you would want to get. First of all, you want to understand that what all factors are there which impact the behavior that prevails within an organization, right? एक organization में हर कोई अलग अलग तरीके से बिहेव करता है. ओवरऑल आपका बिहेवियर, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बिहेवियर कैसा होगा, कुछ एक फैक्टर्स हैं जिन पर ये डिपेंड करता है. अब वो फैक्टर्स क्या हैं और हाउ इज इट दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दोज फैक्टर्स? सी, फॉर दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड individuals, we need to understand certain things which relate to individuals. For example, अगर आपको एक इंडिविजुअल का बिहेवियर समझना है, हर इंडिविजुअल की अपनी परसेप्शन है, हर इंडिविजुअल का इमोशंस आर डिफरेंट. Overall, you can say his learning experience and everything will be different. Values that he carries will be different. So overall, individual is one phenomena that, it's one element here, you can say, that you need to understand. Now, let's talk about groups. Again, in case of groups, there are certain dynamics which play important role. There are some group dynamics. Group में सबके roles अलग-अलग हैं, सबके responsibilities अलग-अलग हैं. ग्रुप में आप कैसे डिसीजन मेकिंग करते हैं, So all those things, they do matter. And that is how you will need to see the impact that these groups will have on the behavior which is observed in an organization. Next, we also need to understand the impact of structures. See, when you talk about structures in an organization, there can be a tall structure, there can be flat structure. You need to understand it from point of view of span of control, how much centralization is there in the organization. Is it that decisions are taken in a decentralized way? How is it that things are structured in that organization? So, एक organization में behavior कैसा होगा, it depends on all these things. It depends on the individuals, it depends on groups, it depends on structures. So how all these three have an impact on an organization and its behavior is what we are going to see in organizational behavior. And why is it that we are actually studying all of this? Why? The reason is because we want to then apply this knowledge to ensure that we are able to improve an organizational effectiveness. To understand in nutshell what we have learned today. Now we know organization is what? It is a group of people जो एक साथ आते हैं to achieve a particular aim. What is behavior? How a particular person acts, behaves, and conducts oneself is the behavior of that particular person. What is organizational behavior? Organizational behavior है, it's a field of study where you will be trying, you'll try to understand what is the impact of various individuals, groups, and structures which are prevalent in an organization, and you would want to apply that knowledge then to improve the organization's effectiveness. So this is what this field of study, organizational behavior, is all about. That is all for today.